welcome to another video of Random and More. In the past few videos we had Taha Tariq with us. I hope you liked those videos. And today we have another guest, Aimaha. And she did O-levels in her background. She did O-levels from
City School, Gulshan Branch,
and then she did Inter from
Aga Khan Higher Secondary School.
Okay, so for the past few days, you guys have been asking, okay, should you shift from O-levels to Inter? So to guide you on that, we have Aima. Okay, so Aima, let's start.
Yeah.
Okay. So, सबसे पहला, Aima, was it difficult to adjust in Inter after doing O-levels?
It was a really hard task because O-levels is all conceptual and Inter is all ratta. So I had to work really hard, but I made a decision and I chose it myself. So I had to abide by it and stick to it. So I worked really hard. It was hard to adjust. First I used to get really low grades in Inter, all the tests and stuff. But then I started progressing towards success and stuff, and it got better. So it does get better. It's hard, but if you work hard, you can do it.
Sahi hai. So like, you can do it.
Yes, you can do it.
Sure. Do you think that if you do A-levels over Inter, do you have any advantages, or does Inter have more advantages?
See, for advantages, it's mostly up to the kid itself. Firstly, you have to see your own capabilities, if you can do Inter or not, because it's hard to adjust and there's a lot of ratta. For advantages, there's this that NTS has a lot of questions that are mostly towards Inter. It's all mixed, but it's towards Inter more. And secondly, when you do A-levels, you have to read all the Inter books again for NTS. So that time period for adjustment is like 3 to 4 months, I guess, which is much harder than the time period for us to adjust, because we have 2 years, so we adjust first. So there's the second point. And then in my time, it was that when you do A-levels, so A star is 90 and A is 85. So the aggregate, and this percentage is not the maximum for Inter. This is the maximum for A-levels, 90. But for Inter, we can get 95 or 97 in physics and stuff. I got 100 in physics. So that means you can get an aggregate of 95 or something in science subjects. So that's much more than A-levels, which is a huge deal.
अच्छा, Emma, about this thing, एक और बात मैंने सुनी है कि when you apply to DAW, सिर्फ साइंस सब्जेक्ट्स के थ्योरी के मार्क्स काउंट होते हैं फॉर DAW aggregate.
Yes.
Like your practicals get cancelled out. सही है.
that's true.
And A levels में ये होता है कि जो आपकी grade आता है that includes your practicals too. So how difficult it is for A levels students in that perspective?
It is difficult, much more difficult, because practicals, they never give you full marks in practicals in A-levels. So that reduces their marks in science subjects too. Our marks are not included in science subject, for practicals are not included. So there's that plus point too.
सही. अच्छा. You often think कि मैट्रिक स्टूडेंट्स जो होते हैं वो एक रट्टा बेस्ड सिस्टम से आ रहे होते हैं, like not रट्टा, rote learning वगैरह, and O-levels or Cambridge is more conceptual.
Yes,
So
I would
how
totally
true
agree.
is that?
Totally agree. This is so true. It's all rote learning. The same 5 years, they just say 5 years करके आ जाओ, और हो भी जाता है.
So why do you think ये है? Is it because of the lengthy syllabus or?
Lengthy syllabus or poor education system? This is another debate, but it is true. And the same syllabus which has been going from years and years, it's just the same thing all over again. No revision.
Right. So, let's say, do you think your decision of switching from O-levels to Inter, was it the right one?
For me, yes, alhamdulillah, it was right. I don't regret anything, because I firstly understood myself. I got a scholarship for A-levels in chapter and Beacon House, because straight A's पे तो मिल जाती है 100%. So it was a really hard decision. I cried a lot before making it, but my mother also told me that if you're choosing medical, so it would be better for inter if you chose inter, but it is your decision and stuff. So I thought about it, and then when I made a decision, so I had to work hard for it. So I achieved good, alhamdulillah. I got good grades in it, so I don't regret it.
You don't regret it. Acha. We recently got asked this question, so I would like to share it with you. Sadia Alvi, she asked it, and the question goes like, yeah. Please tell some helpful tips for students who have done O levels and then are doing inter. So you told. Also tell a bit about easy Urdu and advanced English subjects in inter.
Okay, so we have an option of normal Urdu, normal English, and easy Urdu, advanced English. Many of my friends who also switched from O level to inter chose advanced English and easy Urdu. I personally took easy Urdu and easy English. This was because I heard that you don't get good grades in advanced English. But again, DAO does not include your English and Urdu and Islamiyat Pak Studies marks at all, only science subjects. So you can go for easy Urdu and advanced English, because Urdu gave a really hard time to me. It was awful, it was so much ratta, and we don't do any of that in O levels.
Yeah, हमारा literature नहीं होता,
कुछ
literature
नहीं
side पे नहीं
होता.
जाता, and
It's just syllabus
Just
B
take-
is the easiest thing on earth, I guess. Sirf muhavre and stuff. So khair, I did it because KMDC includes your aggregate. That includes your science subjects and Urdu, English, Pak Studies and Islamiyat, all of it.
अभी भी.
Yes, abhi bhi. KMDC is the only government university that does that. SMC and DMC में सिर्फ science subjects होते हैं. So for that I did easy Urdu, normal Urdu and normal English, but you can go for easy Urdu and advanced English if you are really poor in Urdu. Again I would say that analyze yourself. If you can do it, then go for normal Urdu. If you cannot do it, then go for easy Urdu. That's no problem.
Okay. So I think the last thing here, okay, what advice would you like to give to students who are switching from O levels to inter at this stage?
Oh wait, hi, it's me, Rafi in the background. Just to add on to that, would you recommend it to everyone?
Okay. So, first of all, it is your choice. You have to make the decision. So, you have to analyze your own self. If you switch to it, it would be hard, but you have to work hard. You have to work hard in A level too. It's not easy at all. So if you do inter, that's the same thing. You have to work hard. There will be adjustment problems. There is a completely different environment. The social life is awesome in O level and A level. You'll see your A level friends partying a bit. It's very hard too, but they will party.
I was an A level student. I never partied.
मतलब थोड़ी बहुत तो the parties are better. So, but you have to sacrifice a little. It is not easy adjusting at the start, but then you'll make friends, you'll start adjusting, because Taha must have told you that private colleges have a better environment, much better environment. It's really good. So I made friends in Aga Khan. It was easier because there were friends too which switched from O level to inter, so it was okay. I would recommend that if you are willing to switch, then you should, because NTS becomes easier. I scored much good in NTS, alhamdulillah, and most of our A-level friends are itself in DAO. So if there are A-level people on merit too,
Yeah, but
the
if you
ratio
look at them,
is,
yeah.
of inter people on merit are much more. So if you can do it, then you should. And if you cannot do it, if you are not willing to, then don't. Because if you switch and you are not able to adjust, if you switch at any other people's opinion, so you will waste your 2 years, which are so important. College life is those 2 years make your whole career. Alhamdulillah. Now
Yeah.
we'll just become doctors.
ये
It's
जो 2 साल होते हैं
हाँ.
उसमें
It's either you make it or
yeah.
you break it. So it's your decision, and analyze yourself.
So one thing we've been telling our audiences is that no system has a guaranteed like success route. It's nothing is success. It's like
Yeah.
it's usually up to yourself.
Yes, it's
Would
all
you
up to
agree?
yourself. What?
You'd agree, right?
Yeah, I'd agree.
That it doesn't matter what system you take, you just have to study really hard.
Exactly.
No matter the system.
A level is not easy, inter is not easy, nothing is easy. It's only easy if you make it easy. You have to work really hard. बस पढ़ना है, बहुत पढ़ना है. You have to sacrifice your sleep, your social life at times. So it's
You have
up
to
to you.
achieve something big, you have to sacrifice.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice.
So I think that's it for this video.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emma.
You're welcome.
I hope it's really
I hope
helpful.
you guys really liked it, and I hope I helped you.
Yeah. So if you like
Best
the
of
video,
luck.
yeah. So if you like the video, do press the like button, and if you're new here, do subscribe and share it with your friends. That's it. That's all.